Before we start, I'd like to do a quick taste check. So here's how it's going to work. When I say go, using your Zoom reactions panel, and don't press anything yet, if you like red wine, select the clapping hands emoji. If you prefer white wine, select the thumbs up emoji. And if you like anything else, select the heart emoji. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Wait for a moment to see the reactions. Fantastic. Okay, I think we got enough. Now, did you see the flood of responses? Can you now tell the audience wine preference? Neither could I. The question was simple. The responses were real. But instead of insights, we got noise. This is the paradox that companies face with AI today. So many options, so much potential, but yet companies struggle to make sense out of AI. So to cut through the noise and help you understand the conditions required for a successful AI transformation, I'd like to change the setting. Allow me to take you to the vineyard. You're probably wondering to yourself, what does a vineyard has to do with AI transformation in the enterprise? Well, let me tell you, quite a lot. In the vineyard, nothing grows by accident. Whether it's red wine, white, or even grape juice, the outcome doesn't come from the grape alone. It depends on the environment, on timing, on care. And above all, it depends on the humans who prune and shape the process. So, just like in the vineyard, successful AI transformation in the enterprise requires the right conditions to be in place. And based on my experience leading AI transformation for Thoughtworks go-to-market teams, today I'll walk through these conditions. But more importantly, I'll explain why staying human in an AI world is a critical component for success. So this is where my story begins. The early days of our transformation at Thoughtworks were full of noise. Everyone, including top leadership, had an AI tool recommendation. Gen AI point solutions were popping up like mushrooms after the rain, each claiming to be your new enterprise OS. Personally, I sat through many vendor demos, and each of them is claiming that if you just hook in the agent, you leap into the future, like how Red Bull promises to give you wings. But here's the truth. When every vendor claims to be your AI backbone, it's hard to tell what you really need. And making the wrong choice isn't just another expensive contract, it's organizational paralysis. So I took a step back. Instead of joining the AI shopping frenzy, I decided to explore the fringes. Why the fringes? Because what's popular today was once unconventional. So here's what I found. Unicorns like Convoy and Tally, they scale through hiring, but they collapse just as fast. And when unicorns died, one black swan spread its wings. Swan AI is an AI native startup that was founded in 2025 and is already generating 30 million in annual recurring revenue. With just 3 employees, it's 10 million ARR per employee, which is remarkable. So how did they do it? Swan AI joined a new breed of companies called the autonomous businesses. And what does it mean? Well, this can be a topic for another presentation, but we don't have enough time to go through in detail about that today. So I'll just cover it at a high level. So autonomous businesses are companies with a small human core that focuses on strategy, creativity, and relationships. And then they have AI agents work around it to amplify the strength. In Swan AI's case, they have 3 clever founders and more than 30 AI agents that work around them. They amplify what's exceptional and giving them the power of a 150-person team. But startups like Swan AI have an advantage over the enterprise. They don't have legacy systems. They don't have strict policies in place that don't allow them to do all of these things that they can do with AI and data. And they don't have thousands of employees to retrain, which is the most difficult part. In the enterprise, we have to transform while in motion. So I studied Swan's playbook, but I distilled it into three key shifts. Three key shifts to help AI leaders, to actually leaders like ourselves, drive successful AI transformation at scale. So let's go through the shifts. The first, rewire your stack for agents, not fragmented tools. The second, amplify what's working, not what's broken. And the third, grow AI mastery, not just curiosity. And these three shifts became the backbone of Thoughtworks' AI for go-to-market strategy. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to dive deeper into each of these and explain what they mean. Okay, let's go straight into the first shift, rewire your stack for agents. In the pre-AI world, at Thoughtworks, we had more than 24 point solutions as part of our go-to-market stack, each having its own interface. It was pretty normal for a GTM member team for sales and marketing to use 3+ tools to get a simple task done. But in the new AI world, we have an opportunity to eradicate this complexity. We have an opportunity to drive employees to a single place to access all the intelligence they need and act on it. This is exactly what we're trying to work towards at Thoughtworks Go-to-Market and actually across the company. So let's look at how this looks like. So at the bottom of our stack diagram, we now have a point solutions. We no longer treat them as destinations, we treat them as data sources. The data from these point solutions now flows nicely into our data platform. In our context, it's Google BigQuery, and that's actually where we spent most of our effort. So we didn't know it at the time, but over the past 2.5 years, we invested heavily in onboarding our critical go-to-market data sources onto Google BigQuery. And at the time, we didn't quite know what would be the value of it, but today with agents, it's very easy to develop agents that can access the data directly, where it's all unified. So that has given us an advantage. So that leads me straight to our agent layer, and I'd like to focus on our custom-built agents. At the moment, we're mainly using Google Agent Builder to build them, and we've got some members of our teams are a little bit more technical, and we also have our AI engineers, so it's graduates that we introduce into the business to assist us with those custom agents that we're building. And then at the very top, that's still work in progress in partnership with our Git team. We hope to have the AI orchestration layer to house all of our agents. So when a team member needs to get a task done, the orchestrator knows which agents to pull into the mix to get the intelligence and act on it. So the key takeaway out of this complex diagram is don't invest in more point solutions. Invest in getting your data in order so agents can access it. This is what rewiring the stack for agents really mean. So now that our stack is ready for agents, let's talk about the second shift. Amplify what's working. When I speak to teams, and not just at Thoughtworks, even outside of Thoughtworks, and I ask them, what do you want to do with AI? What do you want to get out of it? The response I often get is speed and scale. Let's generate content faster. Let's have the AI agents book more meetings for my company. But here's the truth. According to IBM study, 75% of AI projects fail. And why is that? It's because teams rush to scale what's broken. Take Klarna, the fintech firm. They opted in for extreme scale. Overnight, they replaced their entire customer service team with AI agents. And surprise, surprise, that didn't go so well for them. Only a year later, they're reversing course and they're rebuilding the customer service foundations from the ground up. And guess what? They're bringing back the humans. So before you rush to hand over a task to an agent, ask yourself, is this process already great, or are we about to scale chaos? So this is how we're doing it at Thoughtworks. We're trying not to make this mistake. So on the screen, you're seeing a chart which illustrates the approach that we take as part of Thoughtworks' GTM operation to design processes in the AI era. So we don't just start with the agent because we can build agent very easily these days. We start with the end-to-end process mapping. And at that point, we discuss where does it make sense to introduce an agent to help us resolve a friction point, and at what points do we need to have a human in the loop to take care of judgment and context. My teams prioritize value, and scale comes secondary, not first. This is what amplify what's working really means. And now for the final shift, grow AI mastery. The beautiful thing about AI is that it's accessible. Just scroll for 5 minutes on LinkedIn and you'll see people doing crazy things with AI. And I know that this audience is very technical, but I'm seeing people doing really, really great work without code. So the whole kind of low, no code environment is allowing non-technical people join the game. But the challenge is that in the enterprise, there's often a culture that business team own the idea, they request features, and then digital builds. And if you ask a business team to own an idea, because we don't have a shortage of idea, then often the response is, we are out. We're not going to own this project. So in the AI era, enthusiasm is not enough. Everyone, including business teams, must grow AI mastery. So this is what we did amongst Thoughtworks go-to-market teams. We mapped our team members across an AI maturity curve, from non-users to AI masters. And for most advanced users, as you can see, we established the AI Council. For these most advanced team members, we are providing them with the tools, with the guidance, and encouraging them to design the GTM workflows of the future. So in the pre-AI world, career growth meant managing more people. But in the new AI era, career growth means being the creative and strategist behind an agent-powered team. This is what growing AI mastery really means. We got to the final four and you're still here. So before you go back to your teams, I'd like to recap the 3 shifts. The first, rewire your stack for agents. Second, amplify what's working. And the third, grow AI mastery. And remember that just like in the vineyard, staying human in an AI world is what's going to transform your transformation into a Dom Perignon instead of a cheap Prosecco. Thank you.